within earshot of my voice. I think tonight it'd be dishonorable. I know Ophir called me Honorable Trevor Prescod, so it'd be dishonorable if I don't say thanks to all of the Pan-Africanist brothers and sisters who in the last month or so stood in the trenches with me to at least bring clarity to a misunderstanding, and it's a modest word because I have to use modest words at this time. But there are all kinds of interpretations, and I'm happy to, not because of all of those things that occur, but 100 years ago, 100 years ago to be exact, Marcus Messiah Garvey was experiencing the same problems in that era. Lots of pain, lots of misunderstanding, lots of disrespect, but it was the time that Garvey was able to assert himself and to become the important man that he became, not only then, but even to this day. And I feel proud because I believe I'm captured by the spirit, the ethos of Garvey. I consider Garvey to be a consummate philosopher, and to be honest with you, he's not a university trained philosopher. And you have to be asking yourself, how men of obscurity find themselves playing a central role in global influence, who never even had a tertiary education. Probably, unfortunately, my career, I had an experience of a tertiary education, but not even in the discipline that is well respected sometimes by the society. But Garvey said, read everything, every book of all different types. He made special sociology and history. He said they were fundamental, but read everything. Because intelligence and intuition does not come just with a university education. Because many of the people who change conditions of life, unfortunately or fortunately, you can interpret to suit you, they did not have that miseducation. That miseducation that caused them to be fully deculturized and to become what they ought not to be. And this man is a philosopher. And we have to try to create our own philosophers. Nobody's going to create any of them for us. So we listen to all the people who across the world claim to be brilliant men, and that they quote all different types of people. But if you read it, the information, and you get an understanding of the biography of the individuals who we're talking about, all of these people are anti-black. Lots of anti-black people became the philosophers that we highlight as major global icons. And we have to create our own. And what is good about all of us, there's one common thread, one common trajectory that runs through all of the people who stand up for what is right, stand up for justice. And that commonality runs through all of us, is having that ethos of what Garveyism is supposed to be. Garveyism existed before Garvey born. It existed in Garvey himself. He's the embodiment of all that we ought to be, and he is the embodiment also of what we ought to try to be. in the circumstances. And I want you all to understand that clearly. It is a spiritual thing that there were a whole number of men before Garvey played the role in this march to a liberation. Over the years, preceding Garvey, Bessalini, preceding Garvey, many other great leaders across the world, that they were saying the same thing, that this simple man, out of natural ability and a vision of how black people should move forward, not only an ideological foundation, but the kind of programs that are required for the physical and spiritual and cultural transformation that will make us the people that we ought to be. And I want to thank you all, because that is all that I am here for in my lifetime. Whatever amount of years are ahead of me, or moments, or minutes, whatever, I just want you all to know this thanks is a massive one to all the Pan-Africanist brothers and the allies who stood with me in that struggle in the last month or so. I don't want to claim anything for it, because it's not about me, it is not about any Prime Minister, it's about the people. And when I got up in the mornings, experiencing sadness, could not understand how I could be given so much and be judged on all different types of variables that should not be accepted in a new Barbados. I don't care what it is, it should not be accepted in a new Barbados. I am happy to be able to join with Brother John. And just before he got, he said, Percy, I want to work with you. And I will give you the assurance, John, that in the area of culture, in the area of physical and economic transformation, you have a brother at your side. And I'm going to give you 100% in order to make sure that we are successful in this exercise. And this is for the people of Barbados. Look, we are not accepting, this man here is not accepting anything called discrimination. I am not supporting any apartheid system. I am not supporting any person who will say that they are prejudiced and set about to discriminate against my people. I am not supporting that. So whatever decision that I have made, you can bet the life that underpinning that decision is that these are the variables in life that I am not going to support. I am so happy tonight to see, I know Nasser was supposed to be here, I don't know if he is, but Nasser, I'm happy to see my brother Shari here, and I want you all to understand, if these men are around, if the people that you see here, these are the people that matter. These are the people that are examples of what we stand for. What has happened in the Cuban Revolution, we can identify with that. What has happened in Venezuela over the years, through the struggle for independence, through Simon Bolivar, we can identify with that. And look, Garvey was not born, and it might sound strange or simpleton. Garvey was not born in vain, but Garveyism exists in the spirit of the people. Because it is a manifestation of what Bessalini was saying to the people in Haiti. It's a manifestation that came out of the institution, the entity of Haiti itself. That caused a man like Simon Bolivar to go over to Haiti, to engage in discussions as far back as 1791. In a plan to ensure we can liberate the people of Latin America. Unfortunately, we have to use that name so that people understand the area of life that we're talking about, geography. What do we do? Venezuela identified themselves with the black people in Haiti at that time through the representation of Simon Bolivar. That was a place of rescue for Latin America. It was there that they got arms. It was there that this first black liberating state, and I want to be very clear on this because lots of people believe that emancipation and when we engage in a battle for our freedom, that we must come out and victorious means that we have no more problems. This is a continuum. This struggle is about steps, positive steps at different stages in history. What occurred last week into this week with the struggles that we face is another step for me and another step for the Pan-Africanist movement across Barbados. It's a great achievement. So don't let anybody rub it in your head through a colonial form of education that we have never even won a battle or revolution across the Caribbean. And they even try to dismiss the Haitian Revolution as a failure. But what came out of the Haitian Revolution? A sense of consciousness. It drove the thinking of other revolutionaries in the region, including Barbados. Who were the obstructionists? Who were the oppressors? We're still the same oppressors now as we had back then. The same oppressors, not just the British, who were the most demonic, but we had the French. We still have the Spanish living around, trying to influence the people in different parts of the Caribbean, and obviously in Latin America. Cuba still has to be struggling with the Spanish for freedom and independence. So each stage is a relative positive step towards the liberation struggle of our people. And all this talk about our own independence in 1834, yes, we spend that 1st of August together because it's a positive step. We are not fooled. We are not fooled because when we did it, when we negotiated it, we were trying to find a way of defusing the revolutions that were coming, one after one, in the Caribbean. And that is all that you did. And you have tight restrictions and continue trying to suppress us from escaping the level of ignorance that you kept us in through your educational system. So we were discussing education for the Caribbean. You live in it. You could not produce a Rodney World. You could not produce a principle. Because you limit us. While old people was going ahead through university, we didn't even have one. But you limit all people to 3 different forms, 3 different layers of education in the 1830s, 1833. So we are not stupid. When you were talking to us about freedom and passing the Master Servants Act, and many other pieces of legislation using legal instruments to do things that were wrong, that were injustices on the society, we now know that you were just trying to manipulate the system and continue with control over the people over and over again. Because was killed over the African continent in 1884, sitting down on the mahogany table and slicing Africa like in the UK. But none of the African leaders had any opportunity to sit down around that table and negotiate anything. So I want to understand each step that we make, we must honor. And we must not conform to certain people in this country, Afro-Saxon people in this country, Uncle Toms in this country, but conform to an apartheid system, and a rigid system that don't even allow for integration. Some of them, you will see Cubans here, Venezuelans here, you will see all different kind of people, but you will see none of them that come from the homes of the colonial masters that suppress us. They coming here. They're not coming here. And if you see all these black people walking out here after this event, they get suspicious. And they might even send the little tips to record you and they report. And they talk your name morning, noon, and night. I want to thank them again. I am not back just like you are my brother. You say you are my brother, I am yours. And you know what I mean. I stand by you. I don't consider myself to be the strongest. There's nothing absolute about anything that I say or do. But I'm here for you. And I respect what you have done because I also understand how demons operate. And they will come after you because that is how they begin to feel a sense of orgasm. They feel an orgasm when they can offer themselves. In other words, people that look just like them, they can come after. And other people in this country continue to abuse their privileges. Nobody on earth will ever stop people and say that. I see it every day in Barbados. And that is the kind of governance that I want to help change. And that's why I'm here today. Because that must change. That day must finish. Master day, done. I know that we can do it, you know. I know that we're brothers and sisters at the highest level of governance. Some of them are cowards, but I know how they feel. Some of them are cowards, and when you get yourself into any form of distress, they retreat and hide under the table. And then when they see you, they talk all kinds of things in your ears. But yet, this is a noble struggle. This is a noble struggle. And if you're involved in a fight for cultural, social, environmental, and economic transformation, you're going to come up against some of the most powerful people in the society itself because people want you to conform to an apartheid system. And Barbados don't even know there's an apartheid system. So people keep their own clubs on their street. And you've only got a few black people that go around there trying to get into the doors to impress nobody. Not one, not two, there are many of them. We've got people running black people from off the beaches and people don't even know that they're getting in. So that's why I talk about conforming to the apartheid system, because you believe that certain parts of the country belongs to an exclusive group of privileged people in the society. That governance is no longer accepted by conscious intelligence. If I would be surprised if you have a University of West Indies and the kind of people that are up there, the kind of people that Professor Beckles, my friend Tennessee Joseph, Dr. Will, all of these people after Francis, George Bell, all these people, I'd be surprised if we produce that kind of Uncle Tom that will take center stage. Look, they boast every day. They are not as bright as they want you to believe that they are. But they boast every day because it becomes so institutionalized that some of them drive out with ties in their car, following them in front of you in screens to tell you that they went to school at such and such a school. And you can't talk to them. And you put them to the test. Some of them went to the back door in order to get a secondary education. They went to the back door because their father and mother knew somebody of importance. Probably when they did the exam, all got C's. but they're still getting there. And that is the kind of society that you are trying to reform. If you don't reform it, then our working class black people in this country would continue to be relegated to inferior role. You're just a step beyond what the people said you were during the period of slavery. The liberation for us is still the struggle of today. We have to keep struggling over and over again. When you make one step forward, you got people putting obstacles in your way. You got people that do not say that, Mr. Prescod. Your problem is that your mouth is too big. And you don't know how to say things. I say them the way that Ruby taught her black son, me. My mother was less than 100 pounds. She was. I say them the way how she taught me to say it. Open and clean, with no malice, because I'm fighting for something. I'm fighting for something. My life must have purpose. It must always have purpose. And if you don't have purpose, then you are just a parasite. You are just a parasite in this society, looking to see who you can socialize with. You can't make any fundamental changes if you don't have the correct tone of the Afro-Saxon. More faults than the people who are the so-called originals. You ever listen to Afro-Saxon pronouncing words? You can hardly understand it. You don't believe that they got something called a Barbadian vernacular or Jamaican vernacular? All of these people will be more English than English. Garvey could not do that. But nobody's going to write one chapter about them in life. They have contributed nothing. They are parasites. They are a parasite. Look, do what you do. And I want to urge the Pan-Africanists, the socialists, we can spend all the nights together discussing what has happened in history between Pan-Africanism and socialism, but there's no fixed position. We will debate, we have worked together. When Dr. Rose spoke, we talked about the WNA, the Workers' Men Association. I told you where Duncan only stood. And although it appeared to be a socialist organization, all the principles that were enunciated were principles of Pan-Africanism. He worked collectively with the UNIA as well. That's what Dr. Warren was telling you. You know why that one on Reed Street stood up so long by Garvey? Because it was the one that's the one that Israel found. And there were facing class issues across the UNIA as well. Class issues are real. Just like gender issues are real. Just like ageism is also real. We got some people who don't believe that I can make a contribution. No. Not now, but it felt like I could make a contribution 2 years ago. This is the biggest foolishness that we got to endure in Barbados, you know. And if they should not have a prefix and call them subhuman beings. Because they're not real. I want to see this transformation. I want to see people sitting down having a debate, not talking about stupidness over and over again. If you have a problem with the educational system, engage the entire public. I heard a young man say on the program recently when we were promoting this, so he came up with an idea about how you can use culture as a form of education. I've never heard the debate at the central area of governance at all, not at the parliamentary level. But it makes sense because some children do not apply themselves to the traditional way of teaching, but when you get in contact with them, they know the lyrics about 90 different songs, with 90 different verses. They know everything, every word in that song. And they're trying to emulate the original singer. So when he talked about that, I began to say, well, you know, we should engage more poets, especially women poets. We should engage more singers. Because if you believe that their children who are not applying or adapting to suit the present educational system, the methodology is wrong. But if you can use a methodology that is more relevant and that children can apply a level of retention in the way in which they grasp the things coming from people who are involved in music, why not try that? Talk about that. That should be a strong conversation between the Ministry of Culture and the Ministry of Education. You heard Jose, and rightfully so. Every time a man like Jose buys a truck, I know Jose don't want to tell you he's a multi-millionaire. But every time a man like Jose buys a truck, somebody suspicious. This man works 24 hours a day. And although he's my friend, my personal friend, sometimes I'm surprised to see the kind of businesses that he is involved in. And all he's asking for is a fair break. I listen to Brother Nasser every time he's on the radio. Nasser talking about your new model, where you have workers' participation in the workplace, not just coming in as a worker. And you don't even come to the workplace, you don't even know it's part of the thing, sometimes you're the owner. But when the end of the year finish, you got massive net profit. After taking out salaries, and the people who give you service every day, and then these people quarreling with you, fighting with you to a trade union movement, and you get a small token of a 5% increase, and you ask, buddy, how much 5% increase is $5? $5! And you got to march, and you got to beg for it, and there's nothing at they can't say the end of the year, when the accountants or the auditors get together, they can work out a portion of that profit and share it among the workers, so that it would give the worker the incentive to work hard so the company can make money, because the worker understands in December when they want to spend the money for Christmas, for Santa Claus, and pretty light. The worker understands that money will be there. Because the boss man and the owner is going to get money. We all want to be in a position as a people, and that Garvey spoke about economic enfranchisement. Sometimes different words mean the same thing. Garvey talk about culture. As Ufa told you, Garvey would paint poetry in prison and out of prison. Garvey worked in a printing. Garvey had a Black Star Line with ships. He had an interest in economic enfranchisement for black people. So when Garvey was talking in the early part of the 19th century, or up in 1920, he was saying the same thing that we're talking in 2020. So Black Lives Matter and Garveyism is the same thing, they share commonalities. And someone said in the 1960s, when the Black Power movement was going across the United States and figuring itself down here, Caribbean was in the forefront of it. Kwame Ture was in the forefront of it. But not only Caribbean people, we had black people in the United States of America standing up. I won't put down King Knight on them, because I hear a lot of revolutionaries out here that never had a gun, a perk, or a knife, talking about how King is an armed true revolutionary, but never went to jail yet. The ones that we never went to jail yet. And the man stood up. And you know what he said to all of us then? And Garvey said it as well. I have it in my back pocket or somewhere out there. Garvey said it as well. But King said to all of us, I might not get there with you, but I know we will get there. I know we will get there. But even if I don't get there with you, we will get there. Never turn the stop back. You know you're revolutionary. If you get rheumatism, or you get your head started to get giddy, and you go pick up a King James Version and pray a read it and ask the Lord for forgiveness for all that you have done as a revolutionary. You're a mock revolutionary. Stand up for the revolution. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and forever. That is the role that all of us must play. Stand up for the revolution. Don't care how hard economic things. Look, I have had the privilege of going to Cuba about 4 times. In Cuba. The people in Cuba talk is ostentatious and Barbados. Barbadians sometimes seem to be the people that want to epitomize some of the early people that the Europeans manipulated on the African continent. They seem to they want to preserve that. So people like they give them these trinkets. Give them trinkets. And everybody, that is what the colonial historians told us. But sometimes when you see how people behave, hard economic times, the Cubans went through it since 1958. 1958, the Cubans went through this. What they have produced. And by the time he said these Cubans turned and produced the nurses, the doctors, the medical staff that went all across the world, and when other people would not even assist any sovereignty outside of Cuba, the Cubans were sending hundreds of doctors and nurses and medical staff. The Cubans were offering scholarships, in this country. In this country, this is what I'm talking about, revolutionary changes. The government allows students from Barbados paid out of the taxpayers' money to go to Cuba and become doctors. And a group of Uncle Tom's artifacts become the major encumbrances that when they come back to Barbados, all kinds of silly arguments come up. We don't know if they are suitable, or they were trained in speaking Spanish. But the same country said they will let them have 2 languages. Spanish should be wrong. And people spend, how much years you spend in Cuba to do medicine? You spend 7 years in Cuba. And sometimes you spend 2 hours in a school per week to do Spanish. How much hours a year that is? 8 hours a week. How much is it? 8 hours a month. Multiply by 12 or 48. You do equivalent of 2 days for a whole year in Spanish. And the second year, but you're halfway then, and you do a CXC. Are you supposed to do Spanish? But a doctor goes to Cuba for 7 years. And when he comes back here, a whole group of self-appointed aristocrats saying that the body can't practice here because the body know more languages than them, but probably before they left, the body do French too. So when they get to Cuba, they do Spanish and they know English already, so they come back as doctors know 3 different languages. 3 languages. But they will stop them. It does not make sense. When the Barbados government contributed to the scholarship as well. So you can come back here with another degree and apply yourself and be acknowledged for having a degree from Cuba. You can have the best medical team across the world from Cuba, but a group of self-appointed aristocrats saying we can't have that person. So I can tell you, because I have a cousin now fighting to get a work permit in Solution, because she went to Cuba and studied. So we're talking about, if our Irish had trained, then we're talking about governance and transformation. It takes courage. You have to do it. And let me tell you something, when you do it, and you're going to take it 24 hours, and you have officers, you have ministers, you have people that will defend you. You don't have anything to worry about, because when you're defending it, you're not defending it grounded in any fallacies, you're defending it based on statistics and logic. We don't have to listen to those people that want to preserve a profession so that they can continue to exploit poor people. And then you got poor people who run an examination that they want, or operation that they want, but they don't have money, so they die. Look, Pan-Africanism has to be applied. It is not just an academic exercise, but you can't avoid it being part academic, but you also got to be able to practice it. It is a bit, look, say Marx, say Lenin, and the Trotskyites. I had to make a decision the other day before, because I had to determine whether I want to be a Leninist or run out like Trotsky, or get myself tied up in something like Bernard Cord and Bishop. I have to make decisions. And I consult the best. And I consult seniors. I consult my Pan-Africanist brothers and sisters. And they say, stand firm, stay where you are. Stay where you are. I scale down my anger, because I get worked up on these issues. I scale down the anger, and I believe that I had made a decision which is a manifestation of the collective feelings, because most of my brothers will tell you a call. I ask them, what do you feel? What do you so? Because I am not in this for me and me alone. If I was in this for me and me alone, I would be looking to put it money in my pocket, I would be looking to do certain things, and I would say, look, I am not letting down the class from which I sprung. I'm not going to do it. But I just want to urge y'all, I want to thank you, but I also want to urge you to keep the fire burning. It is essential. It's the words of Clement Payne as he departed from Barbados. Keep the fire burning. If you want to skin the cat, we can skin the cat, because we know who are the culprits that try to out the fire. Trust me, there's a Pan-Africanist here that can stand up and skin the cat. A lot of these other people that pose in the wrong way as intelligent people can't do it, but these do it well. Because, like Dr. Will, you go to the archives and you pull the Observer newspaper. And you pull the newspaper in the Observer, you see the speeches of Marcus Garvey in the newspaper there. And you see a report on who are the people who met with Marcus Garvey on the ship. It was Deepwater Harbor. You had to get in one and then they come a dinky. Some countries they meet the ship and Garvey was on it. And these people restricted Garvey, his language. So when Garvey came here, Garvey had to modify the language in such a way to suit the oppressors. And there were black people also involved. There were black people involved. So I want to thank you all for allowing me to truncate the nature of the speech. I'll give you a synopsis of some of the things that I may have. Right? And all I can say to you, brothers and sisters, thanks to the Venezuelan ambassador, Cuban ambassador, Dr. Brown, Dr. Rodney Ware, a whole set of distinguished, my brother Bobby Clark, Professor Clark, Bobby smiled just now while Daddy was speaking. So Bobby tried to shape him over the years. I don't know if you all, based on your observation, believe that Bobby did a good job or not. George Bell would say I tried to shape him over the years, so I have to call George. I have hope that he's hearing the things that Daddy is saying tonight. And from George, if he really did a good job. So but I am pleased with you. Thank you very much for all your support, and thank all of you for coming out tonight.